welcome back to Food Prep Guide. We are talking about storing flour today. We posted a blog post several weeks ago about 4 or 5 different ways to store flour, and we received several questions about it, so I thought it might be nice to do a video on how I personally store flour. Now, if you ask 4 people how they store flour, you'll probably get 4 different answers. So just bear in mind, this is just one way the one way to store flour. If you have been with us for a while, or if you have our book, you know that I use a 5-gallon bucket rotation system for all of my dried goods, including my home dehydrated goods. But flour is the exception to that rule. Now, there are plenty of people out there that store their flour in 5-gallon buckets. I just personally have not been comfortable with that because I have experienced twice the devastation of pantry moths and flour bugs. And I just don't want to deal with that ever again. So this is the way I store flour, and it works for us, but you do what works for you. You can hop over to the blog. I'll link it in the description box below, and it talks about 4 or 5 different ways to store flour. Okay, so I use a vacuum sealer to store my flour. Just a note, Food Saver does have their own vacuum seal bags, but they are overpriced, just my opinion. This is a 2-pack on Amazon. I think it is $15 or $16, and this is enough to last several months, and it's much cheaper than the Food Saver name brand bags, but they're just as high quality. So I just got a new pack of these in. I'm just going to open them real quick and show you how to seal up a bag. When you order rolls like this, it's just a solid roll of plastic. It's not, the bag isn't formed yet. You have to form the bag yourself. But that's easy, not hard at all. So let me just show you how to do this real quick. Now, when I vacuum seal the flour bags, I don't open the package and pour it into the bag. I vacuum seal it just like this, still wrapped up in its original packaging. Oh, number 1 step, super important, is to put the bags of flour, like as soon as you get home from the store, pop them in your freezer and let them sit in your freezer for 3 to 4 days minimum. That's going to kill any of those flour bug larvae that are in there. It's gross, I know, but there are microscopic insect eggs that we can't see, and they can hatch inside your pantry without even having to enter into your container. They can hatch from within, and it's gross. So just pop this in your freezer for 3 to 4 days. That's going to ensure all of the buggy eggs are killed, but then also the vacuum sealing process is also going to just double layer ensure that that doesn't happen, because they can't survive without oxygen. Okay, so to form the bag, the reason I mentioned I vacuum seal it in the bag is because that means my vacuum seal bag is going to have to be longer than normal. So I'm going to cut about right there. Then I'm going to place the very edge of my cut line into the vacuum sealer, close it, lock it, and then I'm going to hit the seal button, not the vacuum button, just the seal. It doesn't make a loud noise like the vacuum does. I'm just going to watch for the light to turn off. Okay, there we go. So now we have a sealed edge for our bag. Now we're just going to open this side of the bag, put the flour in. This flour has been in my freezer for about a week. That was just because I kind of forgot about it and just got busy and didn't get to it after that 3 to 4 day period, and that's fine. It can certainly stay in there longer. I cut off a little bit too much. I could have gotten away with just about that. You just want to leave enough material to get a good suction on it, so I could have cut to about there. So I'll note that for next time as I process the rest of these bags. But anyway, you're just going to take the open end, place it in your vacuum sealer, close the lid, lock it in place, and this time we're going to hit vacuum. After that vacuum stops, we still don't want to open it yet. Give it a few seconds, about 30 seconds, to completely get a good seal. Okay, release, and there we go. We have a good seal up here. As you can see, it is, if you were to push on it, it's extremely hard, completely vacuum sealed. And that's how I store my flour. At this point, I'll show you how, actually I'll film a quick video real quick and I will show you what I do after I vacuum seal the bags. Here's that Rubbermaid container I was just talking about. This is underneath our living room table, and this container holds about 100 to 150 pounds of flour. So once I vacuum seal them, I plop them into this container, and I just wanted to show y'all this for those who are really tight on space and don't have a grocery store in their basement or pantry. This is just an idea of how you can store your flour in bulk. Here's my living room table, and you can see that Rubbermaid is tucked right up under there. You can't really see it. We store their TV equipment on top of it, and that's how I store my flour. I hope that was helpful to you. I know we don't all have houses that have those huge, beautiful walk-in pantries that we all dream of, but if you don't, like me, you can still make it work. Under that table storage works for us, and vacuum sealing it in these bags works for us. Just remember to freeze the flour for 3 to 4 days minimum before you do anything to it. Even if you choose not to vacuum seal it, you still, no matter what method you choose, you want to freeze it for 3 to 4 days. Hope that helps y'all. Bye.